Alright, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. Excuse me. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome to everyone. Fluffkins, hello. Welcome to you. Hopefully you're doing well. It's good to see you, as always. Glad you're here for the rest of the Eliza. I know you were excited for it, as you were the one who voted for it. And welcome to everybody else as well. I do have actually quite a few things to talk about. Firstly, the audio might sound a little bit different. If you guys could let me know how it sounds, if anything sounds a little bit worse or whatever. It should sound good. It's back to what I had before setting wise. So I've got the noise gate back on, and the suppression is set at the level I had before. So it should be all good. But just in case, if you guys notice anything off or anything, you can let me know. But it should be sounding better now than yesterday for sure. That's something that I wanted to make sure I got done, because obviously visual novel, I'm talking a lot more, and it's a quieter game, so the level audio quality is more important. So I wanted to make sure I got that done before today's stream. And the reason I was able to do that is because I did get my my cable that I ordered somewhere around here. I wasn't gonna show it. I don't know why I looked for it. The SATA USB cable that I ordered the right one this time, and it worked. It worked all good. So I got all my stuff off my hard drive that I don't plan to really use anymore. I mean, I guess I could use it for like storage, but honestly, it's pretty fucking old at this point. So I don't really know that I trust to store anything on it. But I got everything off of it, and I moved all of my video files onto one hard drive, one little tiny hard drive that I'm keeping everything on now, which is nice. I have like 900 gigabytes worth of footage to upload to YouTube, but that's fine. So I did do that, which means that I have all my old stuff, which means I have my OBS settings and stuff in a folder that I can look through and update all my OBS settings back to how they were before. Because obviously I did the computer wipe, so I'll be slowly but surely doing that. The mic filters is just like something I definitely wanted to get done today. Everything else I'll just get around to it when I get around to it. Slowly but surely. I mean, there's some things that are a little bit more important. I'd like to have the starting soon screen set up, and probably my hotkeys set back up. A couple things, but there's not too much like video quality stuff or like audio quality stuff. The audio quality and video quality should be about the same now, so it's not like super important stuff. So not worth stressing over, but I do want to get that done eventually. In terms of other stuff, yo, chat only. Just want something more than blank screen to stare at while I work. That's fair. Chat only. What does that mean? Am I dumb? Oh, you mean you're gonna watch muted? I'm not sure. I'm confused, but that's okay. I don't know if you can hear me, but what is up, Samboni? Welcome. Look, I'll wave. Yeah, wave. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're having a good day. Welcome to the stream. What else is there? There was some other stuff I want to talk about. Oh, I did a lot of video editing today, and I should be uploading the first episode of the Hex playthrough tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll be uploading that, which should be good. Should be the first episode tomorrow, and it's going to be like a full series, so I will be uploading each episode day by day. So obviously, if you have already seen me play through that game, then it's going to be not the most interesting uploads. But if you haven't seen it, or maybe you want to watch it again, who knows? There's not going to be any crazy editing or anything like that. The first episode's actually quite edited because I had to edit in the process of me playing and talking about the game, because I did it during that giveaway stream. So that's why it's been kind of hard to edit the first part, but once I get through the first part, the rest of it will be super easy. But I'm actually gonna upload it week after week, because I know the Darkwood playthrough, everybody's still waiting for that one, supposedly. But yeah, I will upload the rest of it. So that's good. And did I do anything else today? Oh, I wanted to talk about romaine lettuce. I know this is very strange, but I wanted to talk about romaine lettuce. Because I've always been a fan of iceberg lettuce, personally, right? I've always been a fan of iceberg lettuce. I'm a big fan of iceberg lettuce. And I always thought that I just liked iceberg lettuce because of the texture. I thought that the other lettuce is lettuce. So I was like, oh, I just like lettuce. Other lettuces, not that bad. You know what I mean? It's not a big difference. I just prefer iceberg. And so I always got iceberg. But today I had some romaine lettuce because that's all that was around. And I tried to put some on my sandwich. And I ate a piece before I put it on my sandwich. I did not know the lettuce could taste so different. I thought that all lettuce probably just tasted the same. It was gross. It was gross. It just tasted bad. I was like, how can lettuce taste bad? It's just lettuce. But it was disgusting, and I hated it. So I'm always going to eat iceberg now. I've seen the error in my ways, and I will never be converted. Random interesting fact there. I don't know. I guess I've never really had romaine lettuce. I just assumed that I had at some point. I don't know. Iceberg only 95 stream streak. Thank you very much for always sticking around and enjoying the streams. Expecting rabbit food to taste good. What's up, man? How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. I love lettuce, actually. Like, I legitimately eat lettuce like a rabbit. I just munch on it. Like, I love that shit. Iceberg lettuce, like, that shit is just a nice crunch. It's refreshing. You know what I mean? I love that shit. I just fucking eat that shit all day. But romaine was gross, and it really surprised me. It really surprised me how gross it was. Something funny, actually, talking about rabbit food. Somebody I know, has a rabbit that they feed, like, just, outside their house. They feed this rabbit, and apparently they try to feed it lettuce, and it did not eat the lettuce, and it really surprised them. And at some point, they put a cookie out there, and it ate that cookie up. And I was like, holy shit, that's an American rabbit right there. That is an American rabbit. No lettuce, only cookies. There is a way to indicate, actually, yeah. I don't know how you do it, but there is a way to indicate. It's like a little mute button. Salad dressing. I like the thin salad dressing, like the Italian. Like, it's kind of a watery, oily base rather than like a thick, like, creamy base. You know what I mean? I also did not know that that's how you spelled romaine. I thought it was like romaine, like mane of a horse, not mane as in like main rather than secondary. But I like iceberg lettuce, whether it be rabbit food or not. I like iceberg lettuce. I don't know how long a game is going to be, so that's why I didn't mind talking about some stuff at the start, because it's my fault. I'm not trying to. Fluffkins is gonna try and take the blame, but it is my fault, and there might not be that much. It's romaine, apparently. Oh, like Maine. Interesting. Okay, that makes more sense, I think. I'm so sorry. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, so I didn't pause quite at the right time yesterday, so I'm not sure how much game we really have left, but we're gonna be talking about a lot of stuff, right? Because it was an interesting game yesterday. If you weren't here yesterday, I'll try and summarize a little bit, but I'm not sure how much game we have left, to be honest. We will see. But we're gonna play it through today, because it was an interesting and fun experience yesterday, and it's quite unique. So I'm excited to see what the ending's like. We did have some crazy theories on what might happen at the end. I don't know. It might be kind of anticlimactic. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. I'm really not sure what the ending is going to be like, to be honest. But yesterday, so I mean, I don't know. Yesterday we're to summarize what's happened so far. We are a programmer who worked for a company. We created an AI that was meant to help people, like therapy help people. And then one of our coworkers died from a something. He just he was too stressed and he was sitting down all day and he got some kind of a blood clot in the lung. That's what it was. Which is something I'm probably fucking at risk for. Um I mean I sit down all day and I'm stressed. So I don't know. I might go the way of Damien, honestly. But so he died, and it broke up the team and the program. But then they continued it after we left. We had a 3-year like depressive episode essentially, which I mean is perfectly understandable. And we've kind of gotten back in the game, and we started working for the company as a human proxy for the program that we created, unknowingly to everybody else. We started working as a proxy. Basically, we just read off a script and give people therapy that the AI program gives us the script. It's interesting. And there's 2 people who want us to work for them, which is supposedly we're going to therapy. Yeah, I know. It's really shit. So we have to make a choice, supposedly. It looks like everybody's trying to romance us too, it seems. I mean, there was talk that Rainer liked one of the women on the team. Soren was like, he definitely tried to date us. He, tried to see if we were interested. And I mean, I think Nora is definitely interested. But I think the Ray is not interested. And then the other guy, what's his name? Erland? I mean, he might be interested. I think if we were interested, he'd be interested, if that makes sense. And then we might also have a creepy stalker. Who knows? There's a lot going on. Honestly, there was a lot going on. But we have to supposedly we might have to make a choice because both of our bosses have some kind of program or coding thing that they want our help with. Because apparently we're fucking a whiz at coding, and so they want us to work for them. And one guy is trying to create a machine learning, like actual artificial intelligence using the therapy bot, which is a stupid fucking idea because all of the data that he's collecting is from sad people. So, I mean, that's going to just be a sad AI, a sad, miserable, destructive AI. Or the other guy is trying to create basically the Matrix, where you can just dream up reality and it feels real. So both of them sound like terrible options, but at least the Soren one is a better option, to be fair. I feel like the AI is a worse option. I don't know. Let's launch up the game, shall we? So the last thing that happened was Erland said he sent us a message the day before saying that he feels like implying that Damien's ghost is like haunting the server room. And then he said that he wanted to meet us the next day. He said, I need to meet you. We need to talk in person. Can you come to a cafe or something like that? That was the last thing that happened. I don't know how well the saving is in this game, so I don't know if we're going to go straight back into where we were, or maybe we'll have to replay some parts. I'm not sure. But the game's been very unique so far. It's been a very unique experience. I don't have a set opinion yet. I found it very interesting, and it's definitely interesting enough for me to want to finish it. Especially because I don't think we're that far away from the end, and I want to see where it goes. And it's been a very unique experience and interesting, but I'm not sure I really love it or anything like that. It's been good, but maybe not great. There's some elements that I'm not super happy with or super satisfied with, but it's interesting and unique, and I want to see where it goes. So let's see where it puts us. It puts us immediately back where we were. So yeah. So he said, so Damien went through some difficult times. He wasn't able to get the care he needed. That's why he wanted to change things. I wish he had gotten the chance. So he died. He says, I see, thank you. This is going to sound weird, but sometimes when I'm working late and I doze in the office, I have dreams about him. I never met him in real life, but it's like I sense his presence there. Like he encoded himself into the system in some way. Haha, I know it's just my mind playing tricks on me. I don't believe in ghosts. And that was it. That was his last message. And that was the day before, which is really ominous. And then he says, hey, could I meet up with you again, like for coffee maybe? Something happened that I want to talk to you about. At first, I thought he was just asking us on a date. And then he says, yeah, I'm fine. Just want to ask something. I'll meet you wherever. Something at work. It's not a big deal, honestly, but I wanted your opinion on it. I don't want to text about it. So it's kind of sus. Kind of sus. But it might not be anything. It might just be a date. Who knows? So we're gonna meet up with him.
Thanks for meeting up with me on kind of short notice.
Okay.
I didn't mean to worry you. It's just something I wanted to talk about.
I mean, he doesn't seem scared or anything.
It's fine. What happened?
Well, what happened was... Where should I start?
Okay.
First of all, Rainer wants Eliza to be more than something that's used just for therapy.
We already know
He
that.
sees it as more of a general system for talking to people, like a personal assistant.
Okay.
The counseling is just one of a whole range of apps he has in mind for the
I guess we
future.
don't really know that. We know he wanted to make it into an artificial intelligence, but we didn't know what he wanted to use the artificial intelligence for. So he wants to use it as like a personal assistant type thing. Okay. Is the GI? What's the GI? What does GI stand for? I'm not sure what GI means. Familiar with his thinking? General intelligence. Ah, okay, gotcha. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't know where this is going. I honestly feel like the ending might be kind of anticlimactic. I'm not even joking. That's like I'm really curious where it goes because I feel like the ending might be anticlimactic. But like I mean like we're thinking up these like extreme plot twists, but I'm not sure it's like gonna go that far. I don't know. So I've heard.
Okay, so in service of developing these things, Rainer wants us to make copies of Eliza's core data and hand it off to multiple teams around the world.
That seems dangerous.
Some of them not even Skanda teams.
Yeah.
Contractors, vendors, random partners.
Sounds like a big file to move around.
It is, but that's not the problem.
What's the problem?
Well, so we're fine with sharing Eliza with whoever wants it?
Joining the journey is a lot of the fun. No, yeah, absolutely. I'm not disagreeing with that.
Anyone just gets access to the corpus?
Sounds like a pretty typical process. That's how big companies work, isn't it?
I know, but it just feels wrong to let all these teams poke and prod at it like it's a specimen for them to dissect.
Is this it, Erland? I feel like this isn't a big deal, bro. You got me all worked up. I thought there was fucking ghosts and
Who knows what they'll do with it?
haunted AI.
Eliza is built from people's real thoughts and feelings. I wouldn't say it has humanity, but it was built from humanity.
Motherfucker, it's an AI system.
There's something there.
Erland is in love with Eliza.
When Rainer talks about it like, we'll just duplicate this data set and have the labs do whatever it is they're going to do.
And no one is surprised.
How do we know they'll treat it with the respect it deserves and not just pry it open? Slice it up into little pieces.
Dude, you're a little bit... Okay, but it's not real.
It bothers me.
It doesn't have feelings, Erland.
I know, it's silly. I know it's just data.
It is just
I
data.
shouldn't care about this stuff.
No, yeah, you shouldn't.
Erland.
This is how things work, you know that? This is the first time I've heard a concern like... Yeah, because it's fucking stupid.
This is the first time I've heard a concern like this raised. I know where you're coming from, though. Sometimes you grow attached
No, I mean,
to
that's...
the things you
Yeah,
work
you
on.
grow attached to the
Like,
things you work
really
on.
attached.
That's fair.
Yeah, I've put a lot of thought and work into Eliza since I inherited it. It's natural that maybe I'm a little protective, right?
Yeah, but you're protective to the sense that you think it's like alive, which it's not.
Thought maybe you'd feel the same way.
Left all that behind. Still just a data set. Yeah, I mean...
It's still just a data set, Erland. I'm not sure it's useful to think of it like you'd think of a person.
Yeah.
I just wish I knew what to do.
What choice do you have?
I'm not sure. This is the first time something like this has happened to me. I did take an ethics of engineering course in school, but
Ethics of engineering course.
the examples were all pretty clear-cut problems. Would you build software for a bomb? That kind of stuff. I
feel like
didn't
this
expect
is-
my personal feelings to be mixed up in it too.
I feel like this is a pretty clear-cut problem too, though.
Listen to me talk. Eliza being special, something worth protecting.
I mean, it's worth protecting in the data set, like, in the sense that if they give it off to these random people, who knows what, like, they might copy it and, like, they might steal it, you know what I mean? But it's like, I don't know. Sympathizing with more if Eliza was a bit more capable. Yeah, it's been really shit so far.
I'd be a laughingstock if I started saying those things at the office. My coworkers would say, "Come on, Erlen, stop attributing human qualities to this piece of data. It's not the same thing as real people."
Man, his bar for laughing stock is like super low, because that's like a really tame, accurate response. Like, that's not a mean asshole response. That's just like a logical, smart response. This man has never been made fun of in his life, apparently. Like, that's just a normal...
It's just a corpus. That has nothing to do with the people that generated it.
Okay, I mean, I feel like that's incorrect, but it's still not that mean. It's just an incorrect opinion. I mean, like...
And besides, don't you want Eliza to help more people? This is how we get there.
That's also a very valid statement. Man, you work with some smart people. Probably smarter than yourself, it seems.
And who am I to argue with that? These are reasonable points.
Okay, at least he admits that.
But I don't know. I think maybe something does live on. Even when you take the names out, even when you anonymize everything. People's stories are still inside there, in some form, in some way.
Yeah,
I
but...
just want to make sure we have some respect for them.
I mean, yeah, I guess the name... I mean, the stories... I don't know, like... It depends if they're taking the stories and, like, doing something with it. You know what I mean? Like, if people are taking the stories out of the thing and then they're, like, creating media out of it, you know what I mean? Like short stories or movies or games even. Like, they're taking the stories from Eliza and they're doing something with it, then fair enough. But if they're actually just using the program as it was intended... I don't know. What is and isn't alive, but Eliza makes ChatGPT look like true AI. No, I know. Eliza's like really bad. Which I'm not sure if it's supposed to be that bad or not. Because like ChatGPT is like, I mean, like I've used ChatGPT and ChatGPT is better than Eliza. Like I've used ChatGPT and it's much better than Eliza. I would trust it more for therapeutic care than Eliza at this point. Like I'm not even joking. So, I don't know. It's like, is it supposed to be that, like, incapable? I'm not sure.
Welcome to your first moral decision in tech, Erland. It certainly won't be your last.
It's not much of a decision. Like you said, I don't really have a choice. I
Yeah,
just
mean,
have to
that's
go
kind of
along.
how just working as, like, an underling
I was
works.
so amazingly lucky to get this opportunity. Running the whole Eliza program almost as soon as I
Shit, you
graduated
must have had some good credentials.
Raynor took a big chance on me. I can't just walk away from that. Besides, if I left because of something like this, I'd be giving up all the ways I can make a difference by staying.
True.
Raynor isn't a bad person either. He's just pushing for his own goals.
Didn't he express some things that kind of made him a shitty person, though? I don't know. I kind of disagree with that. Maybe not a bad person, but he's not a good person.
I need to see this
And he
through.
says pushing for
I'll
his
do
own
what
goals.
he's asking me to do.
Oh, shit.
Sorry.
Okay.
Thanks for listening to me talk in this confused way.
You're welcome.
I'm usually more together than this.
It's fair.
I've probably kept you from something important.
No, we got nothing.
No, it's okay.
I don't do anything, apparently.
I'd already finished up work for the day when you texted. People seem to assume I'm busy, but I'm really not.
Yeah, we got nothing going on.
Later tonight, I'm going to visit a friend, but that's all I
Oh
have going
shit!
on.
Nora? I don't know what might happen when we visit that friend. It might get a little steamy.
Okay.
I don't know. That's kind of where we thought it was going last time, so we'll
You
see.
can stop apologizing, too.
Right. Right. Thanks, Evelyn. Well, I for one should get back to the office. Another
A
meeting.
little loud, at least. Yeah.
Is it with the team in Romania?
No, the Boston office this time. It's late for them, so I should try to get it done quickly.
Fair play. Merlin is off to his next meeting. I get some more coffee. Ray, how'd your first transparency mode go? I was gonna ask after you finished, but I didn't see you in the office. Oh, fine. Seemed to go fine at least. Yeah? There weren't a lot of questions. Thought there'd be more. Yeah, there wasn't very many questions. They were very easy questions. Yeah, for whatever reason, it's always very terse. The questions are really short. Thought maybe you could tell me why, haha. Feature came after my time, so I'm not sure. Yeah. If I were to take a guess, Eliza only needs human confirmation to make sure it hasn't messed up. Yeah, it's fair. Like it already knows it has the right answers, which would make it rather advanced as a system. I don't know of any other program capable of something like that. It's really hyping up this Eliza program. I wonder if it's supposed to seem really capable. It does not seem capable. So I feel like maybe we're missing that element. But I don't feel like that's my fault. I feel like the game just does not make it seem capable. Maybe Rayner's right. Oh, he's very upbeat. But Eliza's capacity to understand humans and act like them. Not sure I believe that, but I guess it is impressive in some ways. Is it impressive? Yeah, it is. I feel lucky. Lucky that I get to be here and witness this revolution. And lucky I got to meet you too. Really enjoyed your company the other night. Oh. Thanks for having me. Enjoyed yours. You're right, baking really is fun. It wasn't a bad time. I don't really like her all that much, though. She's kind of annoying. It's like annoying, but not in like a I hate you kind of way, just like a you're draining like kind of way. Like I'm not gonna be mean to you because you're not annoying in like a bad way. You're just annoying in like our personalities don't mesh kind of way. You know what I mean? Like don't really like you don't deserve me to be mean to you, but I also don't want to hang out with you. Thanks for having me. Of course. Hey, you can come over again sometime. Gotta run. See you soon. Maybe. Probably not. Although I don't have a choice. I looked it up. Komorebi means the light filtering through the leaves. How close was Anima yesterday? I don't remember what he said. Something you can see when the sun is out. You stand to wear something with a little color in it. He asked for Erlen's name and wrote Aaron. He should ask his customers to spell their names. Guy is not good at his job. Should we play a little game of solitaire? A little game of solitaire. Game of solitaire is tough, man. It's tough shit. Suddenly solitaire. Indeed. Why does this one have a little mark on it? I don't get that. Maybe it's the top of the deck? Solitaire's hard, man. I feel like I shouldn't get rid of these because I can stick stacks in these. So I should have gotten rid of one of these instead. Oh, you can actually. Wait, can you? Have I already lost? No, we're good, we're good. Yeah, I can get rid. Oh, but it doesn't open up another one if I do that. Gotcha, okay. I am actually in trouble at this point. think I've fucked up. The solitaire is hard. Solitaire is fucking hard, dude. Tough solitaire. I have kind of fucked up. I think I'm screwed. Don't remember exactly how I worded it, but I used trees instead of leaves at least. That's fair. I mean, you got pretty fucking damn close. Oh. Regardless, you did it. You know some Japanese. I think I've lost. Solitaire is fucking tough. Yeah, so you don't want to put them up there, I don't think, because it doesn't unlock another one. If I had one extra slot, that'd be kind of big right now. But I don't think I can do anything. Oh. That's a fail. It's okay. We'll try again later. Time to head to Nora's place. Find what looks like one of Capitol Hill's older buildings. Wonder how much longer it'll be around. It feels like everything's being replaced. Nora!
Hey! Sorry about the mess.
Fine. A little messy, but not in a careless way. Just scattered. Lots of electronics everywhere.
Oh, it's fine. Not like my place is super clean or anything. Is this all music equipment?
Most of it. There are some controllers I was working on too.
Controllers?
I wanted to create this real-time control apparatus. You know, like that thing that Imogen Heap uses?
Ooh.
Who?
You don't know who that is? Okay, I'm totally going to show you some videos later.
I like
I
Nora,
wanted my
honestly.
version
It's
to
just
react
fun.
to changes in my body temperature too, so it could get more excited as the set went on.
Oh. Kind of fun. It's one of those words that come up a lot when people talk about foreign words with complex meaning that English lacks. Ah. Nonsense.
Or maybe it would really get going if I had a fever. I like that idea. Turning sickness into art. Do you want anything to drink? Or I could set up a basic patch on the Euro rack for you to play around with.
Sure.
Okay, sure.
Are you nervous?
Yes.
I think the best way to learn music is just diving in all the way.
Okay.
If you're willing to experiment and play around.
Oh, I didn't mean to cut her off. I'm really here to visit with you. Oh.
I'm really
This is
curious
kind of the
what
truth.
Okay. Well, sure. Let me see if this amp is still working. After the show, it went kind of a little strange.
Just tinker with some of the equipment.
Music technology is just like any other kind. You take the inputs and you translate them to the outputs. Once you learn the basic principles, it all just flows from there. Oh, that gives me an idea.
Yeah, but how do you...
You could take metrics from Eliza sessions and have them direct a dynamic music score.
How does that translate to music? Why does that translate to music?
Like if you took the head tilt value or the eye
What the
tracking and used them
fuck?
to drive the parameters of pitch and filter, it'd be like ciao, ciao.
Nora's great. She's great.
That doesn't sound like something a counseling client might want to hear.
Oh no, I didn't mean for the client to listen to. I meant it more like if you were going to make like a performance art piece based on a person in counseling. You know what I mean?
Do I? I think I do, yeah.
I think I do.
You can take any numeric data set and turn it into electro music. Yeah, just because you can doesn't mean that you should.
I miss having access to those cameras and sensors. I should have kept some instead of returning them to Skanta like a good girl. I bet those components would have enjoyed being liberated for the purpose of art, instead of being used to degrade our humanity one little bit at a time.
She really hates Skanda now. It's true, isn't it? Yeah.
It's true, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Sure, maybe this huge database of people's deep, dark secrets is going to be used 100%
Yeah, she's not
properly.
wrong.
Maybe it will always be kept completely safe, and we can completely trust Skanda to do the right thing, now and in the future.
somebody eventually will get into power that'll do the wrong thing, because we're like, they're just humans. You know what I mean? People in power are just humans, and there is some bad humans, or humans that are just out for themselves, or humans that just make mistakes. You know what I mean? Like, we're all just humans, and humans are capable of bad things.
10 years from now, 20 years from now, 100 years from now. Sorry, I know you still might work there. I just have so little confidence in these big tech companies right now.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It's a good thing to have a little confidence.
They act like they have all the answers, instead of listening to people's concerns. And if you ask them why they aren't listening, they can't even explain the reasoning in a clear way. They just want to win.
I want the money.
You've been a proxy for a while. I bet you've already seen some privacy mistakes.
Have I? Because I've seen Ray being able to like watch the sessions. You know what I mean?
Or at least some things that made you think.
Not too much though. Honestly, Eliza is like pretty well ran. I feel like. I don't know. Turn that information into a visual auditory experience. It's interesting, but I just don't see the point of it. Like, you can just take something that's like less, like, I don't know. I feel like you shouldn't play with emotional content like that. You know what I mean? Told everything was legal.
I was told that everything was legal.
I don't know what she's
Yeah,
talking
well,
about.
sometimes things are legal, but still wrong morally.
This is very true.
That's an abuse of people's expectations, no? Is that really the future you want to help build?
I don't know.
No,
No,
it's not
honestly.
even that I don't trust Rainer, even though I don't. I wouldn't trust anyone with a store of data like
The
that.
voice acting is pretty good, actually. Like, the voice acting is legitimately good. You know, I think we can all admit that.
It wouldn't be so difficult for employers, government, anyone to combine different sources together and eventually learn everything.
Yeah, but they can do that no matter what. It's nothing we can do to stop that.
Everything. They'll know your face, your body, your medical history, and now everything you told the counselor in private too.
This is true.
It's kind of like a nightmare to imagine it.
Yeah.
That's why I left. That's why I thought it was important for me to stop making a contribution to something like that.
And that's perfectly okay. You're already too late to be worrying about that. Yeah, but like the world's already reached that point. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, like the counseling thing is a good point though. Because like right now, you know, your deepest, darkest secrets, they're not shared on the internet. You know what I mean? They're not shared with the government agencies. But once you start telling it to your counselor, if your counselor is hooked into all that, then of course, then they can combine that with all the rest of their data. You know what I mean? I think it's perfectly fair for her not want to take part in it though. I mean, that's her choice. Promise of it is still compelling, helping people. Don't think I might be able to change things from within? Yeah, I have those doubts too. Yeah. Helping people.
But the promise of it is still compelling. Helping people.
If I still worked for Rainer and I said these things, I'd be called a troublemaker, and he'd find a way to get rid of me.
Not wrong.
You know how it works, Evelyn.
Mm.
You have to be a true believer to last long at a place like that.
Tarkov. True believer.
Once you develop doubts, you are committing heresies. Are you a true believer?
No, I'm not. I didn't buy the Unheard of edition. No, but I could pretend to be. Maybe I'm looking to be convinced. Probably not. Mr. In the Trenches was a true believer. It didn't help him. Yeah. What's up, Samboni? Welcome. It did not help him. He was a true believer.
Probably not. He said something strange recently.
Are we going to tell her about the AI?
He thinks Eliza could be the base for some kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
general artificial intelligence.
No. Strong AI? Really?
There is those terms like strong AI, general intelligence. Like there's weird terms in the AI world that they use for like different types of AI. It's very interesting.
Ugh, there's something about the books these guys read, the conferences they go to. Everything is so totalizing, so utopian. I think it messes with their brains. I don't think you could spend longer than a few days in a tech company executive suite before you completely lose touch with the real world.
Fair. What if it's true, though? What if it's true?
What if it's true, though?
I mean, he could He could maybe do it.
So what? What if it is? Say Raynor is right, huh? And Eliza becomes the basis for human-like machine intelligence.
Then it's dangerous.
What does that mean for you? How do you want to take responsibility for that?
I'm gonna blow it up.
Okay, I need a drink now. Hold your thought and let me make drinks. You
Okay.
like absinthe, don't you?
Don't know what absinthe is. Absinthe. I think that's an
Absinthe?
option.
You'll like this. I promise.
Okay, I'm scared. Is that a cat?
Mm.
Is that a cat or is it a fake cat? Does Nora have a cat? I feel like a cat with all this electrical equipment would not be a good idea. Nora busies herself in the kitchen making drinks, humming some kind of tune. Is it a cat? Aw, kitty. Aw, it is a cat. She has a cat. Nora, best GF. One she said was a modular. Suppose they call them modulars because they're made out of modules. Modular. Doesn't feel like I'm making much progress here, yeah. Wonder how you're supposed to know which sounds go together. Seems both complicated and weirdly arbitrary. Yeah. Making electronic music seems really like you just like put sound. I mean, I guess you just whatever you think sounds good. You know what I mean? You just get some sounds and you just put them together and you just try and make something that you think sounds good. I don't know. Oh, Erland. Thanks again for meeting with me earlier. Sorry for being weird. Remember, you don't need to apologize. Right. What do you think of Raynor's future goals for Eliza? Like when he says, if we gather enough data, it can become a general intelligence. And it seems like pretty... Isn't that any music? I guess that's true, yeah. I guess that is true. I guess this is just like general knowledge. Like he's just sharing this with everybody. Think we'll be able to fool people at least? No, that'll never happen in the foreseeable future. I mean, Eliza is shit. Let's be honest. So I don't know that it will happen in the foreseeable future. I don't... Like, I mean, it might be possible, but it's not... I mean, and you would be able to fool people. I think both of these answers are probably correct, to be honest. You are able to fool people because people are stupid. They'd probably be fooled. I mean, people think ChatGPT is alive. So I don't think it'll happen. Eliza is very far off of that, I think. Rainer's smart, but he doesn't quite understand the technology and its limits, yeah. I'm supposedly a subject matter expert in this stuff. AI was my concentration in school. So I know the current state of AI is way behind where the public thinks we are. Yeah, I mean, that's accurate just all the time, I feel like. But when I listen to Raynor, I start to think what he says might be possible. It feels like reality can warp around him. Who's to say? Maybe I don't have enough imagination to see it like he can. Eliza does have extremely detailed data from thousands of clients. Speech, facial movements, expressions, people's descriptions of what life is like for them. I don't think a corpus like this has ever existed before in human history. And we keep adding to it, and it keeps getting better. So in the future, maybe Eliza can simulate a human being at a general level. But when programs indistinguishable from real people are common, how do you even define what's real anymore? You might never be sure a message came from a real human being again. It's like those fucking graphics design bots. It's like, are they real? Are they not real? It's really hard to tell. Can't stop thinking about this. What if it comes true? What if Eliza becomes a sentient being? And these are like such like uninterested responses, I feel like. But it also kind of is like how I feel. Like, Erland, why the fuck are you texting me? Like, why the fuck are you texting me, Erland? Hi, where are you from? Yeah. Who knows what's possible? Not clear what you mean by those terms, though. How do you know that you yourself are sentient? That's great. How has your stream been? Yeah, fucking hell. Yeah, how do you know? Haha, I don't know. That's a good question now I think about it. I could say that I feel conscious if I knew what that meant. But what's to prevent me from saying I feel conscious even if I'm only providing responses I think you want to hear? What if my own consciousness is an illusion I experience? I had not considered this. Haha. Wow, this is blowing my mind a little bit. Sorry. What if Eliza becomes sentient? Then you might have a shot, Erland. Philosophers have discussed this. Yeah. I mean, like, when it comes to those philosophical questions, the thing is that does it matter? Like I find those philosophical questions interesting, but the thing is that at the end of the day, they don't matter if the outcome of the answer won't change your outlook on life. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, if the answer isn't going to change anything, then it's pointless to worry about the uncertainty of the question, if that makes sense. Like, I like pondering. You know what I mean? Like, pondering these questions. I like it. I like philosophical questions. I like trying to understand the meaning of life and, like, what makes you human and stuff like that. Like, I find it very interesting and what makes you who you are, that kind of stuff. But, like, it's not that important. You know what I mean? Like, I don't lose sleep over it. You know what I mean? I think when you start losing sleep over it and you start focusing on it so much that you can't, like, enjoy life, then it's like, you need to back up and realize that you're only going to live for less than 100 years. Like, who the fuck cares what the answer is? You know what I mean? Like, who the fuck cares? Does not matter. Like, but, I mean, like, some people want to change the world, though. And that is, like, okay, now the answer kind of matters a bit more because, if you, discover something, but you'll never discover something when it comes to philosophy. Like, it's more just a way of thinking. You can never prove anything. You know what I mean? Where's the ghost him and stop responding option? Sadly, it's not true. Or not an option. Sadly, I can't even deny meeting him for coffee, apparently. Yeah, I should read some, I know. Thanks for not minding chatting about this. I don't mind. I do mind, actually. I don't really... Sure you don't have any technical questions, so... Yeah, what the fuck are you talking to me about? This is more fun, haha. But you're right, I might be getting a little ahead of myself. Sorry for texting so much. Erland. Yeah, right, oops. Thanks for listening. You're welcome. It is rough when you're talking to somebody who apologizes a lot. Like, I mean, look how many sorries you said. 1, 2. Was there another one? No, this is just a fucking wall of text. Like, holy shit, looks like I wrote this. Should have taken some philosophy courses. He might be less unsure of his entire existence. Yeah. Oh, he did say one sorry there. I'm sorry.
Hey, who's that texting you so much?
Nobody good. Listen, nobody good.
Has Evelyn found a special friend?
What the fuck? I thought you were my special friend. What would you say if I had? Ooh.
What would you say if I had?
I'd be happy for you.
Oh, fuck. That was a trick question, Nora. You answered incorrect. Incorrect.
It's this guy named Erland. I guess he's the new head of engineering.
Fuck, if I just locked in the Erland romance line, dude? Route cancel, -1 GF. I know, I might have fucked it, actually. Fuck. What if I just locked in the Erland romance route? I hope not. I hope not.
Huh, I never heard of him. He must have started recently?
Yeah, less than a year ago.
Fuck, I might have
Right
made a
out of school.
mistake.
Oh, wow. A little baby engineer. How cute.
Ever since I met him, he's been messaging me a lot.
My goodness, so he likes you.
No, he likes the robot that I made.
I don't think it's like that.
No? Isn't that the textbook case of liking someone? Lots of messages all the time?
He's
It's
not
really
wrong.
more like he needs some kind of mentor figure.
Does seem that way, yeah.
He reminds me of how we were when we graduated. Unsure what to think about the decisions these companies make, how they're made.
I hope you're telling him to run away while he still can.
When he first introduced himself, he said he had questions for me about Eliza, so I said, sure, feel free to ask. I thought he meant, like, technical or architectural questions. Instead, he wanted to talk more generally about things like, what was the code name for Eliza during development? What was Damien like? Or if I think the same way Raynor does about Eliza's future.
And you told him, no, Raynor is clearly in some bizarro world, right? That it's a tech executive's utopian fantasy and it won't come to pass.
I mean, it might,
It's
though.
not the way he thinks.
He might. What am I to say?
I mean, who am I to say?
Ah, Evelyn. I could see what this is really about.
I can't see what this is really about, so please enlighten me.
Look, I don't know much about the motivation in your life, but if it's truly your desire to continue to improve Eliza, then you should go for it. Go back to Skanda headquarters and work for Raynor and earn a big salary. At least you know what you're getting into. You would be surrounded by smart people and advanced technology. It would be nice. I understand it. And while you're in that position, maybe you could develop some kind of next level AI. Who knows, right? It's only that I can't imagine your technology will only be used for good things. Maybe Raynor promises that it will be. But do you trust him? What about the person who comes after him?
It won't be used for good things.
What if the company merges with another one and the leadership changes?
No, I mean, she's making great
I
points.
wish I didn't sound so negative about this, but lately it's been a soul-searching time for me and my friends in tech.
No, she's
We
right.
have a lot of conversations about what we can do when our work is so easily used for morally questionable purposes. Do we try to control how our inventions are applied? Is that even possible? Or do we say, we only invented it, we didn't tell you how to use it, it's not our fault?
I think the second part is all you can really do, right?
That's why I envy you a little bit for wandering off like you did. Sometimes I think that's the only real solution, to walk away.
I want to keep walking away right
I know
now.
that wasn't exactly a positive thing for you, Evelyn, but I wonder if it's the better choice. in the
Honestly,
end.
it does seem like it was, because honestly, ever since I was shown back up, nothing good has happened.
Doing nothing at all.
Like, what has happened that's been good so far?
Technically, I worked at a bookstore for part of the time. That's mostly it, though.
Yeah, bookstore.
It's weird. It feels like no time at all. I can hardly remember any of it.
For me, it's hard
That's
to
fair.
imagine. I always have to be working and busy.
You know where she's coming from.
I get so unhappy and restless if I'm not doing something all the time. What is it like to do nothing?
Kind of miserable.
Well, at first I tried to be productive. I would get up in the morning like I meant to go to work, get dressed, try to do a personal project or something. It didn't last for long.
Flashback?
I told myself I just needed to take it easy for a while and unwind. Things at Skanda had been so intense and so emotional, I didn't even realize it. I felt like I'd been crumpled up into a tight little ball. I wasn't sure I'd ever be able to relax again. I wish I could say I took advantage of the time, that I went out and did things, or that I read a lot of books or something, but I didn't. I started to sleep in, and I started to care less and less about working on projects. I would stay in bed even though I was awake. This blankness would come over me, and it just seemed fine to do nothing. All of the things I'd promised I'd do fell away, and other people kind of fell away too. I stopped keeping in touch. I let conversations die. I thought that my technical contributions to the world were over with, and that maybe I'd just work that bookstore job for the rest of my life. I was by myself, and I thought that was all right. I thought, that's how it is, really. Everyone's alone. I'm just being honest about it.
Wrong.
I was 31 when I left Soren's group. Now I'm 34. I just slept into my mid-30s.
It happens.
Now here I am.
I mean, that's very, very accurate. All technology is a tool. You can't control how people use it. If you get hung up on the fact that you can bash someone over the head with a wrench, nothing gets built. No, this is true. This is true. I mean, it is just a tool. I mean, like, it's the what people apply it to do that's the problem, not the thing itself. I mean, if you build something for an evil intention, then yes. But if you build something for good intentions, I mean, as long as you try and minimize the bad that people can use it for, that's all you can really do, right? Nora reaches out and puts her hand on top of mine.
Evelyn, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for not saying something this whole time. I should have contacted you.
It's all right. You had to live
It's
your
not
own
her
life,
fault, though.
right?
Like, she feels sorry, but
You notice someone isn't posting, and it's just like, maybe they're taking a break.
yeah.
I understand.
Well, I hope you feel better now. I suppose sometimes it takes a while.
Maybe. I don't know what to think anymore. I'm not even sure I know how to think anymore.
Then forget it for now.
Understandable.
Hey, Evelyn.
Yeah?
You want to get super high and watch cyber goth music videos?
What is a cyber goth music video? Do I want to know what that is? Should I know what that is? Should I watch one? I'm scarily intrigued.
You heard me.
Fun while high, that's what it is, apparently. I'll take you up on the first, but not the second. I'll take you up on the second, but not the first. Yes, yes, I do. I mean, I feel like Nora is a safe person. I personally wouldn't get high because that's not who I am. But I don't think it's me. I think it's Evelyn. So, fuck it.
Yes. Yes, I do.
I knew you were a woman of refined tastes.
Fuck it. Why not? Have a good time. We ended up staying up very late. We were crashing our couch so I could have the bed. Maybe it was the unfamiliar environment, but I couldn't sleep that night. Questions without answers kept running through my mind. Oh, fuck. It's the bad kind of high, not the good kind of high. What am I supposed to do? Who am I supposed to be? We shouldn't have gotten high. It was a bad decision. Fuck. This morning, Ray looks a little down. Noticeable since she's usually so cheerful.
Good morning, Evelyn. There are lemon bars in the kitchen.
Lemon bars.
Thanks. Did something happen?
Oh, it's nothing big. Apparently some famous writer I never heard of wrote an essay about how Eliza is bad because it represents the mechanization of humanity or something. I should be used to it. We're a pretty big target, right?
Why the fuck do you care? Why are people so attached to this company? I don't understand. Like, why do you care? Like, you still got your job. Like, I mean, it's not like they're gonna fire you. I don't understand.
Still, it gets on my nerves.
Why?
We work hard to build something with value.
I guess she feels
and
like
then
there's some value.
Self-styled intellectual gadfly comes along and just goes, actually, that's bad. You guys are ruining society.
I mean, let me read this article and then I'll get back to you.
Guys like him, everything's a doom and gloom scenario. The people we're helping, that somehow doesn't count.
This is true.
This kind of thinking never bothers you?
I guess I'll have to read it.
I guess I'll have to read it.
There was this quote from someone who worked on Eliza who turned into a big critic.
Oh,
Nora
shit.
Something. Did you work with her?
I did. She's a friend. Oh yeah, we worked pretty closely. Let's not say that she's a friend.
Oh, yeah. We worked pretty closely.
Yeah? What's she like? I'm curious how you go from building something to turning around and disparaging it publicly like that.
She does not like her. Kind of a rebel, I guess. Artist and musician now.
She's an artist and musician now. She used to be really shy and reserved, but lately she's become a lot more outgoing.
Good for her.
Even back then, though, she had a pretty strong idea of what was right and what was wrong, and sometimes she'd clash with management.
I mean,
She left Skanda at some point after I did. Maybe the battles took their toll, or she wasn't able to win enough of them. These days, she focuses on electronic art and music and activism.
I mean,
think she's
good for
pretty
her.
Popular, at least in those circles.
Well, it must be nice to have the ability to live that way.
Ray.
What about Damien? Do you think it would be fair to his memory to abandon work on Eliza, to give up on his dream?
That's like, that's such a fucking, like, that's such a bullshit statement. It's like, at what point do you just, like, that's a never ending, that's a, like, that, like, it's not like it's a simple goal. It's like, oh, you're honoring his dying wish, and you know you're doing this simple thing for him. It's like devoting the rest of your life for him. That's not, that's, you can't do that. You know what I mean? Like, can't live for the dead. Yeah, like, fair enough. You know what I mean? You keep like trying, but like it's gotten to a point now where you can accept it. You know what I mean? Ray's really becoming less of an innocuous annoyance and more of an active pain in the ass. Yeah, I don't like her all that much.
Wouldn't he want these mental health tools accessible to everyone?
They are.
How do you know about that?
The other day, I was looking at more of your papers. The ones from when you were at the university, and clicking on the links to your co-author
Shit,
sites.
so you were fucking snooping, huh, bitch?
That's when I saw Damien's page. It didn't have much information on it, but I understand a little better why I'm sorry, Evelyn. It's just that all of us, you and me and Damien.
Okay,
and
whoa,
even
whoa, whoa,
Laura,
whoa, whoa,
too,
whoa,
we
whoa,
all
whoa,
worked hard
whoa,
to make
whoa,
something
whoa.
with the intention of making the world a better place.
Whoa. Let's roll it back here, okay? You, me, Damien, and Nora. I feel like there's an odd one out here, okay? One of those people was not a coder and made nothing. Like, yes, you did some legwork, and that's, you know, that's commendable, but you did not create Eliza. Like, what the fuck? I feel like that is disrespectful. Like, just last night, I was at your house fucking baking cookies, and you were fucking, I think it was last night, maybe the night before, and you were praising me about how it was like God's gift to coding and shit. And now she's like, oh, well, we worked so hard. It's like, what the fuck? What do you mean we worked hard? You didn't do nothing.
And the thanks we get is people talking in big generalizations about how we're ruining everything. That's what bothers me.
You bother me.
Is Eliza perfect? No. No intervention is perfect. But we have to try, don't we? The world is in a full-on mental health crisis, and this is one of the tools we have in our toolkit to address it.
I don't even want to listen to her
Promising
anymore.
one we should develop to its fullest potential. I'm not some wild-eyed idealist about this. I know it's not magic that'll solve everything. But can you see that most people don't have the luxury of turning their backs to the system?
No, this is true. This is true. She is doing a lot, but I mean, but she's pulling like the dead guy's wishes card. She's saying we worked so hard. I don't know, dude. I just don't like her. I just don't like her.
Think about the clients you've met as a proxy. Would you tell them to not take the medications that help them be functional because the pharmaceutical industry has questionable ethics sometimes? Would you tell them to stop coming to therapy because what they should really be doing is completely changing the way our society is structured? Sorry, I'm ranting.
No, I think they should just do whatever makes them happiest. Like, that's all life is. Just be happy.
I'd rather do something that can help people here and now, even if it ends up being a small step.
Half of them don't need medication, man. They need an actual human therapist. Honestly, some of them just need a fucking friend to just talk some sense into them, it seems, dude. Like, I swear, nobody's got some fucking friends to talk to. Like, you'd think that Mr. fucking Harriman would just have a friend that would tell him, hey, yo, bro, don't cheat on your girlfriend, dickhead. Like, I don't know. I don't know. You don't not criticize something just because it's a net good. Otherwise, it'll never get better, yeah. She's been stalking you since day one. A little bit, yeah. I wonder if she stalks everybody, though.
A small step.
For some reason, those words echo in my head. Small step.
Eliza helped me, you know. It really did.
Old woman is prescribed meds for just wanting a friend to gossip with. I know.
I was one of the first clients. Originally, I was just supposed to be testing it, but I remember once I was talking about my brother and how much anguish he was causing me and my family.
It told you to do some breathing exercises, and it prescribed you some medication, and it told you to come back in a week.
And listening to myself, I realized just how many expectations we had for him, sometimes unspoken expectations. Ever since then, I've been thinking about that, how the story was always about how he failed us. But What if we failed my brother too? I guess what I mean is sometimes when we talk out loud and give voice to our problems,
No,
we
yeah.
can hear ourselves too.
I feel like more people need to understand that they can do that by themselves, though. Like, once you understand that aspect, you don't need another person to listen. Like, sometimes you do, and another person can help because you can bounce off of them. But if you are self-aware enough and you're able to take a step back from your problems, you are able to do this by yourself. If you just think about them and talk about them by yourself, you can understand them a lot better. Literally hit record on voice memos, vent for a while, and listen to it back. Yeah. Like talking to an AI therapist that doesn't really do much isn't really that helpful.
That's why I won't give up on this approach, no matter what anyone says. Pundits, critics, former employees, even you, Evelyn. I'll understand if you don't want to work on Eliza anymore for whatever reason.
Then need therapy to deal with how your own voice sounds. I don't hate my own voice anymore because I used to hate my own voice a lot, but I don't anymore just because I've listened to it so much. It doesn't bother me at all anymore. I think it just takes time. Do you think that maybe you're not thinking about it from your brother's perspective? There's no way that Eliza said that. Yeah. I mean, Eliza literally can't say that, I don't think. It's not possible. I don't even think it has that in the script. I want to point something out, by the way. I actually thought about this yesterday. After the stream, right? I thought about it today. And you know how that first guy that showed up, he wanted us to talk to him, and then the robot, Eliza, gave us a script, and we said our name. And then Ray said that it was a coded script for people like him. You know what I mean? When people like him come in, because apparently it's a common thing, they created a custom script where it pretends to go off script. It is coded for us to give him our name, because it had our name in the script. It wasn't just a random name. It wasn't just like, oh, I'm Lisa, or oh, I'm Jane. It was our name, which is really unsafe if you think about it. Because if we're lying anyways, why not just give him a fake name? You know what I mean? Like, it's obviously a lie, but then I guess maybe the lie won't be believable at that point. You know what I mean? Because maybe he'll see our name somewhere else. You know what I mean? And he'll be like, hey, your name wasn't Evelyn. Oh my God. But I mean, like, I think it's obvious we're not supposed to go off script. It's just like, it's a low tier ruse. You know what I mean? So, I don't know.
But, I think what you created has value, and I'm going to continue to do what I can to make it accessible to those who might benefit from it.
Why does she sound so threatening? Takes a deep breath and smiles. What the fuck? Is she going psycho on us? No, yeah. I mean, it would. I mean, but that's just like, again, it's so simple though. Like, you could just do this type of stuff yourself.
Don't mind me. You should get to your session.
Right now, I'm slightly late for the next session. Hopefully, the client doesn't mind. Shit, the client's gonna fucking be angry. Okay, well, she's a pain in the ass. I mean, I respect her doing what she wants to do. Like, oh, it's this lady again. If she wants to work on Eliza, I'm not gonna stop her. But if I don't want to work on it, I don't want to work on it. And if people don't believe in it, people don't believe in it, and that's perfectly fine. Like, if they're like, being critical of something does not make you a bad person. It's how you go about being critical. I mean, it depends what that article had in it. You know what I mean? Depend what the things that Nora said. You know what I mean? But just disagreeing with something, I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with that. We got an
Hello,
old lady
Holiday.
who wants to gossip.
It's nice to see you again.
This
See what
is a
kind of-
pretty comfortable chair, you know that?
Right? Hopefully, she's got some
Wouldn't
fun,
mind having a
crazy
chair like
things
this
to
in my
say.
place.
How have you been since our last session?
Oh, well, I tried, Eliza. I tried. I asked about the medication for Panza, whatever it's called. I went to the pharmacy and they said, that'll be $162. And I said, I don't have $162. I said, is there a generic? And they said, there's no generic of this, but there's another drug that they do make the generic of that's similar to this one. But I don't have a prescription for that. Do you know anything about that?
I'm sorry to hear you had a difficult time. Is there something that would make it better?
Yeah, being able to get the drugs that apparently would have helped her, that we prescribed her.
The medical procedures they can do now are out of this world, you know that? I was talking to someone who told me she has wires in her brain. Wires in her brain.
I really doubt that.
Would you let them do that? I'd be worried about them changing the way I think.
Yeah.
It's for essential tremors. That's what she said. It helps her not shake so
Maybe
much.
there is wires in your brain. Is that a thing?
There's always something. Something gets you.
She believes in the product. She feels like it helped her personally. It's her source of income. Getting mad about someone saying it shouldn't exist is understandable, but she's maybe going a bit far with it and maybe directing it incorrectly. I don't know. Getting mad is maybe a bit much. Like disagreeing, you know what I mean? And being annoyed, sure, but getting mad and directing it at anyone, I think, is just too much.
Did you ever think about what you might have been in a previous life? I know you're a therapist now, but maybe in the past you were a gardener tending to the plants. That's what it feels like to me. You like to let things grow. There's an energy there. It isn't so different from having a conversation with someone whose company you enjoy. Not that I believe in all that, you know. Everyone has got a different philosophy. Philosophy, that's not something I talk about much. I'd like to write a book one day. A book about things I've seen over the years.
Fuck, she's
Think anyone
moving a
read
mile
the
a
book I
minute.
wrote? I'm just kidding. I don't think I could write a book. It's a lot of work. Plus, it takes a certain kind of mind, you know, a mind to create.
I
Not everyone is dedicated enough to do that, you know? There's a writer who lives on my floor. Most of the time, he looks miserable. Sometimes he comes over for a cup of herbal tea, cinnamon, apple, chamomile. Helps him calm down. I think he's maybe lived in the building the longest after me, of course. He doesn't say much. His head is in the clouds all the time. He's always thinking about what sentence to write next. There's not a lot of people who really want to talk, you know? Not in this city, nope. People say hello and move on. It's a very withdrawn set here. You don't say much either, but I like talking to you. Feels like you're listening to me. I like that. I like that.
I'm glad you like
I'm
it.
glad you like it. While you're here, is there anything else you'd like to discuss?
There was a man on the bus with a guitar yesterday.
That's correct.
You're not supposed to play guitar on the bus. Well, you're
Oh,
not supposed
really?
to play anything on the bus, but he was.
Oh,
Maybe the
what a bad
operator
man.
didn't think he was bothering anyone, or maybe she didn't care.
maybe she liked the music.
I've noticed more bus operators seem like they don't care anymore lately.
Never caring.
Anyway, it reminded me. You used to hear more music around here. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
People playing their guitars on the street. You know, these shaggy-looking men.
Yep, always with their hats
I don't
out.
see too many of those around anymore.
No, they're all
There is
gone.
one gentleman has an old plastic jug on a strap, and he drums on that and sings.
Wow, impressive.
He's a nice man. I've seen him around.
Oh.
I saw another man once with beads in his hair. He was playing
nice
a flute,
fashion.
a Native American wooden flute. That was interesting.
Oh,
You play an
cool.
instrument or anything like that?
No.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't understand the question.
When I was young, my mother had this idea I would play the violin.
Oh,
I
parents.
have no idea where she got that notion. We weren't a musical family, not at all.
Parents always
I
with the
tried it for a
crazy
while, but
ideas.
Of course, it didn't work out.
Yeah.
The teacher would say, "Okay, here's how it's supposed to go," and she would play this nice, beautiful melody. La da dee da da da. Okay, now you try it. And then I'd draw my bow back, and I'd go. It takes a special talent to make a violin sound like that, don't you think?
Very
Isn't
talented.
that just the funniest thing?
Yeah.
Eventually, my mother realized it was a lost cause, and she didn't push me too hard on it after that. I was never too good at anything artistic, just not the artistic
Nah,
type,
me
you know?
neither. Me
I
neither.
think artists have a different mind. You have to be a little wacky in the head.
Fair. You
Do
wish
you ever wish that you could be an artist?
No, I have enough trouble already.
it's fair. Dolphin
Holiday,
smiles.
I'm going to suggest you try a program called Dolphin
I've
Smiles.
lost hours of my life to people like this. Yeah, but these people, the thing is that you have to understand where they're coming from. And where they're coming from is they just want to talk to somebody. You know what I mean? Like, it's not coming from, like... They need to find people that mesh well with that, though. That's the thing, right? and not talk the ear off of people who aren't interested. But like at the end of the day, they're not trying to make anybody upset. You know what I mean? They just want somebody to talk to. And I feel like that's kind of like, it's endearing in a way.
It may help you take your mind off things.
They just want to talk. They just want a friend.
You can find it inside the Skanda Wellness app on your phone.
One of us is going to be unhappy. I'd prefer it not be me. No, that's perfectly fair. And it is within your power to say,
my phone broke. I forgot to mention.
I'd like to be alone.
The screen is cracked and you can't see much on it anymore.
Oh, that sucks.
I don't know if it would work anyway. A lot of the new stuff doesn't.
Aw.
That's
Desktop.
okay.
She doesn't
You can
have a
also
desktop
access the
computer,
program
does
from
she?
a desktop computer. Simply log into the Skanda Wellness portal from the website.
Oh, well, then I'll just have to go down to the library at some point.
Yeah.
We hope to see you back soon, Holiday.
Not everybody has a computer.
Thank you for speaking
fancy
with Eliza,
phone.
your personal counseling partner. Goodbye.
Right. Goodbye. Goodbye for now. Take care of yourself. It's a strange world out there.
It is. It is a strange world. Very strange world. Industrious. Hang in there, friend. Hope this air isn't too dry for you. I think she just wanted to tell stories. Maybe it's difficult to find, or for her to find people to speak with these days. Yeah. Mail. Nora. Holy fucking shit. Read this one first. For a notification from Skanda. Hello, a little while ago we sent you an email with subject, how are we doing in it? We asked you some questions about your recent experience as a contractor for Skanda. I invited you to provide some feedback. We used an external subcontractor to collect and process that data. Unfortunately, we were recently notified the subcontractor experienced a data breach. An external attacker managed to get unauthorized access to the survey responses and download them. The responses and email address may have been part of the data downloaded by the attacker. While we do not believe this data is sensitive on its own, we recommend taking the opportunity to check your accounts for signs of identity theft. In positive news, the subcontractor immediately found and fixed the source of the data breach to prevent further intrusion. Therefore, please do not hesitate to continue to share our thoughts with us using the survey system. What was that email? How are we doing? Simply reply to this message. I didn't reply, so. I look at my I want to look at my badges. Why look at that? No need to rush. How do you look at your badges again? There's a way to. I don't remember how it is. Oh, there you go. Completed 3 sessions in 1 day. What the fuck? Have I done that? Damn. There's only 3 more badges. Completed 10th counseling session as a proxy. Someone with a mood rating of 5 or below. Okay, should we read this? Well, who knew this guy was such a pompous ass? He spends like 3 times more space talking about himself than me or my ideas, haha. Can androids experience happiness? Peter Gerd. 1. Each week, a box containing specially chosen ingredients and a few recipe cards is delivered to my Brooklyn apartment. The service I subscribe to offers some limited choice over the contents, but I usually forget to indicate my preferences in time, which means the meal selections are entirely not my own. I don't mind this, even as the service seems to ship me one artisanal quinoa, I think it's quinoa, bowl after another, because it saves me from the effort of having to think about and pick out items at the supermarket, where my eyes would glaze over at mountains of functionally identical apples, potatoes, or eggs. Instead, I simply make what I am told to make. I have freed myself from the paralysis of choice. Honestly, I kind of agree with that. I mean, if I don't like the food, it would piss me off, but I'm not that picky, as long as it's not like fish. But to be fair, I mean, like, mostly I eat pasta and bread and potatoes and chicken. But throughout the last century, it has been easy to see what we gained from automating our lives, or automating. Tasks that once took active attention are safely performed by machines we set and ignore. The washer and dryer, the thermostat, the floor cleaning robot. Each new invention promised to increase our comfort and erase our worries. Then we began to see not only mechanical tasks, but the very work of deciding what to do, what road to take, what foods to eat, what exercises to perform. As the tech world marches inexorably forward, computer algorithms that decide for us have found their way into every aspect of our lives. A few months ago, when I was going through a difficult spell, I made an appointment to speak with Eliza, a counseling program purportedly driven by some of the most powerful artificial intelligence algorithms ever applied to the human condition. Wow, there's not very many of them applied to the human condition then. This is not very strong. Used by tens of thousands of people already, Eliza's low cost and easy availability brings to mind the troubling idea that psychologists and psychiatrists involved in traditional counseling may soon be in as moribund a career as clerical or manufacturing work. I mean, I don't think anybody's got anything to worry about. Eliza itself is pleasant enough. Seated in a dark room, I spoke with another human being who appeared to be attentive to all my two human concerns. This human, however, was only following instructions from the computer program, telling her what to say and what to do at every moment of our conversation. Skontok calls these contract employees proxies, though puppets come to mind as a more appropriate term. Throughout our stilted conversation, Eliza kept prompting me, based on words in the last few sentences I said, bringing to mind unfavorable comparisons to other virtual assistants on the market today. Is Eliza the sophisticated program it's claimed to be, or is it more like an automated customer support tool, a product Skanta also makes, dressed up with the rudimentary trappings of elementary psychology? That is what it feels like. At a few points in the conversation, I had the sense that I was only paying to talk to a very expensive chatbot. By the end of the session, I had come around somewhat. I thought perhaps I had been able to access something within me I could not articulate before. I left the counseling office with mixed feelings, however. I did feel somewhat better, insofar as describing one's problem to another is usually an effective therapy, but I was also troubled by the proxy-therapist relationship. With their only purpose being following Eliza's instructions to the letter, the proxy, the only other human in the room, has been reduced entirely to a machine. Is that the price of effective therapy made available to the masses? And if it is it worth the cost to our humanity? One of Eliza's own former engineers have recently come forward to say no. Nora Plevnicki, I probably butchered that, former senior engineer at Skanta, has lately become one of Eliza's most forceful critics, calling the idea of machine-assisted therapy fundamentally dehumanizing and broken at its core. She is at the forefront of a small but growing movement of technology workers arguing for certain limits to their own work, based on the premise that certain tasks dealing with humans should never be handled by computers, even if they are enabled to by advanced new technologies. Computers make decisions about human life every day, she told me. Our lives are subtly, profoundly affected by these decisions. From what kinds of goods are available to us in the store, to what premiums we pay for insurance, to what video starts playing next after the one we deliberately chose. It may be too late to turn back the clock on some of these things, but mental health is another decision point. I think it's a key one for us as a species. Are we really willing to turn over our mental wellness to computers after all the other things we've given up? It's still within our power to choose to go a different path. Back at home, surrounded by machines developed to free me of the very feelings that seem to hound me more every day, I open my latest meal kit. It contains instructions and ingredients to make a Mexican-inspired quinoa bowl with avocado, squash, and farmer's cheese. It sounds just fine, I think, and I go bustling around the kitchen, following to the letter the instructions on the glossy recipe card. This is a good article. Actually, this is actually very well written. Who the fuck wrote this? What's his name? Peter Gerd. I like Peter Gerd. There's very valid points made in this. I think that as long as it's a choice, that's the important thing, because everybody takes different satisfaction in doing different things. If you want to choose what meal, if you want to choose what meal you want to eat, then you should be able to, right? If you want to vacuum your own floor or to sweep your own floor, then you should be able to. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to do these things, you should be able to. But if you don't, the option being there is nice, because it will make some people happier to not have to choose, right? Like he says, like he doesn't want to go to the store and his eyes would glaze over, and he doesn't want to pick out which apples and potatoes to buy and that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And that's perfectly fine. And that's the idea behind this automation, is that we can enjoy our lives in the aspects that we enjoy them. So she called the use of Eliza dehumanizing. Yeah, she definitely went a bit hard with the hatred and thinking that it's a bad thing. But I don't even think the article is that bad. Like it's just stating the worry behind it. I think that this Eliza is very concerning because of the effects that it gives. Like, it's listening to what these people have to say, and it's not giving them valid information. It's not giving them a human connection, because a human connection would understand that Gabriel just needs to stop being an asshole and accept that he's a father now. You know what I mean? That Harriman just needs to accept that he's a dickhead and he cheated on his girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like these people need to just be told these things. They need to have a human be able to convey this to them, and the machine isn't doing that. It's just telling them to do some breathing exercises. It's telling them, and it's like applying. It's not accepting that sometimes these people have problems that just need to be addressed rather than like solved, if that makes sense. Because it's just a machine, you know what I mean? It doesn't really understand that. And I do think that because it's a machine, it doesn't understand that. And that's kind of part of the problem of giving our mental health over to a robot. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to address it with a human mindset, even if it is an AI and it's, you know, meant to address it like a human. Looks like I have another transparency mode. This is for who I just saw. Did she agree to participate at some point? Hope she understood what she was allowing. Huh. I mean, I guess she must have, right? Okay. I don't think I need to look at this. Like I'm invading this purposes, private. This is. Oh. Hello from Seattle. Who's this? Me Holiday. Oh, how are you? I'm out of money. Probably gonna get kicked out soon, nowhere to go. You wouldn't have it in your heart to help out an old friend, would you? Here. Are you? I don't see you. By the statue. Which statue? Looks like a lady. There are a lot of statues that look like a lady. It's a cemetery. Wait, I see you. Okay. Your account. Dear Holiday, welcome. Your general practitioner has added information about your health to the personalized health information management console powered by My Health Steward patient portal. Please register for an account to view this information by visiting the site. Okay. A new connection to Greater Seattle Care Network is pending in your personalized health information management console powered by the portal. Let's protect your privacy in order to ensure that patient records are being provided only to the individual requesting this connection. We ask you update your personal information. The portal with the correct information if you've already done so. First name, last name, date of birth, and social security number. I guess if it's government, yeah, fair enough. You can then request a new connection by completing the following steps. Log in. Select my account. Select connected organizations. Select the existing pending connection request. Add new connection. Zip code. Important. Payment of $204 remains outstanding on your account. Failure to pay the outstanding amount within 3 days. This reminder will result in a late payment fee of $15 being applied to your next invoice. You can pay online and you can make a payment using one of our other payment methods that outlined on our site. Fuck. Electricity bill. Mondays are senior appreciation days at the Rosewater Hotel and Casino. Every Monday, Club Rosewater VIP members age 60 or older receive $10 in cash points. Administer the buffet for only $15 until 8 p.m. Voucher for one free drink, $1 off towards a $5 ticket purchase. $5 match play on table games. You deserve the full VIP treatment. I'm sorry, Mom. We were really struggling ourselves. Oh. Kino. What is Kino? Hey, take advantage of our new offer and pay as little as $0 for 3 bottles of Fortipran HCI when you fill before January 30th. Your holiday. Still suffering from chronic joint and muscle pain? Take action and talk to your doctor before about getting a prescription for Fortipran. But hurry, this offer expires soon. Simply show the code below to your pharmacist to redeem this offer. No saving card needed. Probably a good deal. Like a lottery, but runs all day. Interesting. As we discussed in person earlier today, your rent for the month of January was late, marking the 3rd time your rent has been late since last June. Note that a Seattle tenant who habitually fails to pay rent, receiving 4 or more pay vacant notices within a 12-month period, is subject to eviction. Shit, so she's gonna get evicted soon. As one of our most valued customers, we would like to give you an opportunity to participate in a pilot of our new feature that has potential to significantly enhance the level of counseling you receive. This new feature involves voluntarily granting us access to some of your accounts, such as email and chat histories. Information for these accounts is then analyzed by Eliza to provide additional insight into your personal, processed independently, or be shared. This is interesting because she never expressed that she was struggling financially over voice, right? So she agreed to this, and then it read her messages and was like, she's struggling. You know what I mean? And it does make more sense. Also, it's interesting that she also got transparency mode. Another one of our clients. You know what I mean? Another one of the people that come and see us. Which feels like it's maybe on purpose. You know what I mean? Feels like it's maybe on purpose. Either Rainer's doing it or maybe the AI is doing it. You know what I mean, I guess, yeah, she's struggling. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Struggling when it comes to like a therapy thing makes me feel like she's mentally struggling. But I mean, she's probably stressed. And she also doesn't really have anybody to talk to. So, I mean, she kind of is struggling. But, I mean, she's also struggling financially. So, overall, kind of struggling. Oh. Yeah.
Hey, Ray, the transparency mode I just did, I think one of our clients is in a really bad situation right now.
Yeah.
Oh? Yeah, sometimes that happens. People come in and their lives are in a really unfortunate place. It can be hard to see sometimes.
I wish there was something we could do. This person's getting ground down for no reason, just for being in the way.
What? Partly because you're giving me special treatment. Like I said, it's normally for the level 50. Oh, I don't remember that. What do you mean she's getting ground down for no reason just for being in the way? I mean, she has to pay her bills. I mean, that's not how life works.
I'm sorry, Evelyn.
What?
There's not much we can do.
I mean, I know it sucks. I don't want her to go out on the street, but if she can't pay her bills, she can't pay her bills. It's not like for no reason.
All of what you learn in transparency mode has to stay confidential. The only exception is suspected child abuse and neglect, which you're required to report if you're a social worker. But proxies aren't really social workers, per se. Eliza is really the one with the agency here, so, well, it's complicated.
So you don't... What? You don't have to report it? That seems bad.
Probably something for a future court to decide. Either way, we can't try to fix people's
The
lives
fuck?
on our own.
I feel like
matter
that's
how
kind of
much our heart
important.
goes out to them. I think there's an email somewhere with a summary of our policy on that if you want. It's come up before.
No, it's fine. I'm fine. It's just hitting me hard right now.
I understand. It takes strength to focus on the role and not get distracted by what you see. Think of it like, say, someone hired you to install
She
something in your
belongs with
home,
Rainer,
and
honestly,
you
yeah.
walk in on a tense family situation. Even if there isn't actual violence you're seeing, it's clear things are kind of off somehow. It's unfortunate, but there's not much you can do in that situation. You kind of just have to focus on your work and leave. If it's not at the level where you need to make a call to emergency services right then and there, then it's just an unhappy home.
I mean, no, she's right about this situation. Like, we can't do anything to help that lady. And I mean, like, she's right that we can't help her.
And most people would argue it's not your business.
No, it's not, but you're also the one who's always talking about helping people. That's the thing. That's kind of the shitty part, is that you're like, oh, we gotta help people. But then when people are struggling, you're like, it's not our business. Like, what?
Sorry, I know that's not the answer you want to hear.
What the fuck? Whose side are you on, right?
I know it happens that a lot of people live in conditions where I'm just sad. This woman, the way she did 2 whole sessions with me, with Eliza, but didn't say anything about her real problems. Ray, what am I doing? I wanted to make something that would help people. Instead, I made something useless.
You don't think she got some companionship out of Eliza?
Companionship ain't gonna pay her bills, motherfucker.
Sometimes that's really a help, especially for someone who might be feeling lonely.
I mean, yes, it might lift her spirits, but how, like, she has to pay for the fucking sessions. That money could be going to her fucking bills, dude. But I mean, that's just her poor decision making, really.
Yeah, but I could have just talked to her.
Yeah.
I could have just spoken to her myself.
Yeah.
Why would that be any different?
It wouldn't. It would actually be more helpful. Everything is so overwhelming. Why? Why am I here in this world?
I don't know what I'm doing here, or even what I'm trying to decide.
Shit, we're about to, like, combust.
Is there a decision? The world is going to be full of grief and sorrow no matter what I do, no matter how hard I try to make it a better place.
Man, she's, like... Do you not realize this when you're, like, a teenager? I feel like I realized it. I was like, man, the world sucks. Like, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. Like,
Evelyn, did you think about what I suggested the other day?
shut the fuck up. I do not want to hear a word out of your mouth right now. I do not want to hear a word out of your mouth. I don't even know what the fuck you're saying, but I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't...
What? Trying Eliza for myself?
Yeah, I'm not saying it'll
Shut the
magically
fuck
fix
up.
things. I just think you might
Just
want to
shut
give
the
it a
fuck
try.
Maybe I will.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't know why I never did. Even when I was working on it, I never used it.
Because it's useless.
It might have been too obvious to me what it was doing. Eliza is really simple at its core, you know? It just turns
It
things
is really
around.
simple. Yes, it is legitimately a chatbot.
It tries to reflect what the person says back at them, pretty much like the old Eliza. It's just a smoother version of an idea from half a century ago. Anything you've read that makes it sound fancier than that is just a bunch of academic jargon.
Yeah.
It's a mirror.
The thing I like about a mirror is that it has no agenda of its own. It just reflects.
Yeah, but Eliza does have an agenda. It has an agenda to make money. Wow, that drug even sounds real, dude. Like, it does have an agenda. It's not a mirror. It has an agenda because it wants to make money. It is a service. It is a program. It is a product. It is trying to make money. The people at the top, they want to make money. They want to get bigger. They want to get stronger. Like, it's not a mirror. It's a product. You know what I mean? Like, it is distant look in her eye.
Unmisted by love or dislike.
Turns back to me, a small but kind smile on her face.
Promise me you'll get help somehow, in some way.
Why the fuck do I need help? I'm just spitting straight truths right now. You know what I need help? I need help from someone who will actually listen. I need to go talk to Nora. I'm spitting straight truths. And I need help, apparently?
Okay, Evelyn?
Sorry, I should answer this.
You're obviously depressed. Flashing red lights, obviously. Yes, but I mean, the stuff I'm saying is just true, though. So I don't know. I mean, like, Help, sure. From Eliza, that'll just make it worse. No, that's fair. I mean, sure, if we need help. It depends if we actually feel like we need help. I think that's the point, though. You know what I mean? Do we feel like we need help? Because, like, I don't know. We just need to, like, get away from this shit, honestly. Like, I feel like this stuff is what's making us unhappy. Like, I mean, like, I feel like we just need to come to the realization that the world sucks. We can't do anything to fix it. But we can do a small step if we want to. You know what I mean? But we'll never fix all of it. We'll never be perfect. We'll never do anything that'll take away everything that people suffer with. But maybe we can do something. You know what I mean? If that's something we want to pursue. But it's rather dystopian. We just need to, like, I don't know. Just need to do things for ourselves. Stop doing things for other people. I don't know. When you're depressed, you don't feel like you deserve help, regardless of whether you feel like you need it or not. No, I mean, I understand that, but I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like it's the stuff around her that's making her unhappy, though. I mean, like, we are unsure of what we want to do, though, and we did, like, the 3 years obviously was very bad. I mean, but I feel like she's just, like, getting thrown back into this situation where it's just, like, really unpleasant. Like, I feel like all of this has really been unpleasant. I feel like she just needs to, like, figure out what she wants to do for herself, rather than just be, like, told what to do by all these other people. That's the thing. Like, I feel like that's what's making us really unhappy at this point, is all these people around us. Like, I mean, Erland and Nora are, like, the only two people that aren't making us unhappy. Pretty much everybody else we've talked to has been a massive pain in the ass. Which, I mean, I guess there's only 3 people, to be fair, but... I mean, this fucking text, so he'd know, like, he's the one giving us access to the transparency mode. That's dystopian. Thousands of people reveal their most intimate secrets to the therapist every day. There's just a more efficient way to complete that information transfer. Have you noticed how powerful it is? Eliza is now capable of rapidly analyzing the contents of a single device and accurately inferring the overall life situation of its owner. It'll only improve from there as we add more sources, more patterns to tease out the connections between them all. Nora's telling you what to do as well. No, this is true. This is true to an extent. You're right. Turns out anything is possible with enough data. You need to have quite a lot. Is that why you hoard it all? We need to do like a Johnny Silverhand, dude. Fly in on a helicopter and assault the tower with our gang of mercenaries. I feel like that's what's needed right now. We blow up the server farm. I feel like that's the strat at this point. Like, that's where I feel like that's the option I want. It's not gonna give me that option, but that's the option I want. So, not an overreaction at all. No. We're not gonna kill the people in the building. We're just gonna blow up the building. We just want to get the server farm. That's all. Nora's told us to do what we wanted the last time we went to her place. That, at least, if we chose to go to work, at least we know what we're getting into. No, yeah, Nora seemed to be like, she has her opinion, and she definitely wants us to share that opinion, but she is also saying, like, just be aware of what you're doing, but do whatever you want. That's kind of what I'm getting from Nora. Like, she will disagree with us heavily. Like, she disagrees, but she's saying, at least if you're going to do it, understand what you're getting yourself into. You know what I mean? You seem to have quite a lot. Is that why you hoard it all? Not great options to choose from. Let me amend my previous statement. Anything is possible with enough high-quality data. There's an unlimited quantity of uninteresting information, but a small amount of certain specific data can be of almost incalculable value. Telling one from the other is the difficult part, don't you think? No, I'm not emotionally blackmailing you at all. There's one more thing I'd like you to see. After that, I'll meet with you in person again. One more thing I'd like you to see.
Let me guess. Messaging with Rainer again?
Yeah, you jelly?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt our conversation. I always feel like I have to answer him right away.
He's an asshole.
I would too. Are you kidding? I totally understand.
Yeah, it's because you have a massive crush on him for some reason.
I guess I'm going to be headed downtown to meet with him again.
Summoned from on high. I have something to ask, Evelyn, and it's okay if you say no, but
I'm not gonna get you a date.
whatever you end up getting involved in, I hope you'll stay in touch with me.
I will not. You're really annoying. I actually find you pretty insufferable. You're not a bad person, but I don't like hanging out with you.
You're a really cool person, and
The feeling is
well,
not
that's all.
mutual.
I hope you find the future you want.
You too. We don't find futures, Ray. We create them. Yo, that's some fucking action hero shit right there. Holy shit. That's some powerful words. I like it. I'm sure I will. I think we're not really in that headspace though. But maybe, you know, fake it till you make it. You know what I mean? That's some real Terminator vibes. I know. It's pretty epic. Maybe we fake it till we make it. Fuck it, dude.
We don't find futures, Ray. We create them.
Ray nods, but doesn't say anything. I noticed her eyes are starting to become watery. I know, some strong words. We just made her cry. Turns away abruptly, heading back towards her office. I really hope I didn't upset her somehow. We just fucking made her cry, dude. Holy shit. Hardcore. Maybe future Eliza counseling centers could point struggling people to community resources. Local rent assistance programs, things like that. Has to be something we can do. We should have known more about her situation beforehand. Not that I could have changed anything, yeah. Something to see before I go to headquarters again. I wonder what Rainer was talking about. It begins. Venture Post exclusive. Eliza creator raises cash from top VCs for hot new direct stimulation startup. The man behind Skanta's popular virtual counseling app Eliza is up to something new, and top venture capital firms are listening. Aponia is the new Seattle startup helmed by Dr. Soren Lloyd Rose, the chief psychologist and project lead for Eliza at Skanta. It has raised $26.2 million from investors, including Wellspring Ventures, Song, and Lagerholm Capital. Bay Area-based Wellspring invested in Aponia via its Continuum Fund, which supports startups developing technology to support and improve mental wellness. We find Soren's unique brain-first approach to mental health extremely compelling. Walter Rokic, partner at Wellspring, told Venture Post he's already redefined what it means to seek support for mental mental wellness once. We think he'll do it again. Aponia isn't revealing details about his technology yet, but Lloyd Rose himself has said he would be revealing more details soon when he announced the venture at One Mind 2.0 last month. Technology is real and working in prototype form already. Evelyn, Rainer would like to speak with you again. I've scheduled a meeting for 4:35 p.m. today. As before, a car will come pick you up. Only 26 mil. Yeah, I know. That's like not much. I did not think that was much either. Play a game of solitaire. I want to beat the solitaire. I'm a mini game type of person, I've found out. Playing all these like random games because of the wheel, I found out that I am very much a mini game person apparently. I'm a mini game gamer. I like my mini games. Always playing fucking mini games apparently. Have I fucked up already? This shit is tough, man. Like, legitimately, this is hard. That one's all the way at the bottom. Got all these 3 stacks. This is hard, man. This is a hard game. I need to like, I don't really know the strategy. I'm not very good at this. If I do that though, I don't really have anywhere to take that other. I think I've lost. I do have an extra slot. Okay, we're okay, we're okay. I need to get to the bottom of that. Is there any way for me to do that though? No. Not. I think it's GG.